So I'm here, and Jill's in the background. She's going to talk loudly if she needs to explain something. Basically, what ended up happening was we recorded these parts by date. And a date got messed up. I don't know how. It was a mistake I made, so it's my fault. What was part 18, I made private for now, because that's not actually part 18. Right, Jill? Mm-hmm. And basically what's ended up happening is this is going to probably be a longer part.
Because you missed an entire hour-long footage recording. So people are going to go, why did part 17 jump to part 18 and then being at the PAL keys when we never heard anything about
What's funny is no one noticed it.
Nobody noticed it, but I'm just saying there was an entire cutscene that we missed in an hour of footage. Yeah,
so this will either be one or two parts in the middle.
Yeah.
And then that part will be renamed.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be a jump. Basically what we're doing is we're unlisting the one. Uh-huh. It will be relisted later with a different number. Whether that's 19 or 20, depending on if this is one or two parts.
We're trying to get all the footage in order.
Yeah, and I mean, if some of this is just like us roaming around doing stuff talking and it's not, like really pertinent to what we're doing, that might end up being a member's part because we're trying to get it back in order with as little change as possible.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on. So if you're like, I already watched part 18, I bet this will get terrible views because people will be like, I already watched part 18, they won't even see this.
Yeah.
That's why this is now part 18.
Yeah.
This is not the video you already watched.
Sorry guys, I gotta shut the window. It gets too crazy.
Luna.
Guna?
I said Luna.
Oh. Speaking of gooning, I'm really hungry. We need to put that pizza in soon.
Okay.
Just when I goon, it makes me think about how hungry I am.
That makes sense.
So what is the point of these? Let me see.
Are these all the dog tags?
Yeah, so it just tells me when he was born.
Date of birth, January 13th.
Balding, 0?
So he's not balding.
Okay, good.
If it was an X, then it would be balding.
Got it, okay. Or
Psychomantis.
Oh, we don't know when he was born.
And we don't know if he's bald.
Well, we saw that.
Well, it doesn't say that on there.
I think it was just being kind.
Oh, okay, got it.
It's like, well, we couldn't tell. I don't know.
What if they just were kind to everyone, so all the people who were bald, they left blank, and all the ones who weren't bald, they had to put in a mark there?
No, he's not bald.
Yeah. We don't have a load, but not mission log.
Yeah, I thought clicking B would say no, but it just exited.
Yeah, that's what
those tricky Japanese developers.
What'd you call them?
Tricky? Is that now a slur?
Did you call them the CHINK word?
Well, depends what you heard.
Snake, isn't the detonation code input system in the control room? Hurry up and get in there.
Man, why does Master really want us to go to the control room?
Snake.
I don't know, bro's impatient. What about Otacon?
He's like, Snake, there's definitely not gas in that control room.
Finished getting Metal Gear ready.
How do you know that?
I overheard them talking. Where are you now?
Right in front of Metal Gear. But it's strange.
What is?
There's nobody here. No guards, no mechanics. It's too quiet.
Maybe because they're all ready. They said they even input the PAL codes.
What should I do?
All we can do is use the override system that President Baker told you about.
But I've only got one of the 3 keys. And besides that, like Ocelot said, there's some trick to using the keys.
Leave it to me.
You got some kind of plan?
Well, I'm in the computer room right now. I'm trying to access Baker's private files.
Baker's files? Don't you need a password?
Of course. But there are ways.
Are you a hacker?
Yep. That describes me pretty well.
Does it look like you can get in?
I don't know yet. I'll give it a try.
I'm counting on you.
I wish this was Disney, so you'd be like... clicking, and he's like... Too easy! And... I'm in! And we'll be home in time for dinner! Out of some dumb thing they'd say.
You gotta add in some laugh track now.
Stop that launch. Head for the control room in the underground base. The control room is on the 3rd floor of the underground base, isn't it?
This looks like a high school game.
She must have a layup.
Why are they playing like high schoolers?
I don't know, like, how many times is she gonna miss this like easy layup?
I don't know. Huh, people watch this?
And she also just came on and said that WNBA players deserve to get paid more. And she's like, if you don't give us what we want, we sitting out. Well, and I'm like, you know, honestly, if Angel Reese herself sits out, viewership will probably go up.
I do think that they get paid pretty low, but I also think that they need to find ways to increase their revenue.
Well, yeah, because they're like $200 million in debt every year. Like, the NBA has to subsidize them like $200 million just to stay afloat.
Yeah, they need to find a way to make money.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Maybe OnlyFans? They need to get, like, hot chicks.
Well, I know
I'm sexist, but that's fine.
Why don't you make the women wear nothing?
No, I'm just saying, why don't you just get hot chicks? Like,
and then make them wear nothing.
Remember the XFL? Wasn't that the one with the women?
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
No, the XFL was like a men's football league.
Oh, sorry, I'm gay. What was the one with the women where they didn't wear that much?
Yeah, just let's require all women to wear nothing.
No, but they have to be hot, Nate. Otherwise, my plan falls apart.
Okay.
Like, I don't want Angel Reese out there wearing nothing. Then we're punishing viewers.
I mean, a lot of people think she's hot.
They do?
Yeah.
Okay, are they all right?
No, but they think they that. So.
Do you think she's hot?
No.
Okay. All right, well, I, the fat white man, am here to judge. And let me tell you something. I don't think she is, so there you go.
Well, I'm glad we have your opinions on the subject.
Europeans are on the subject? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, there's a ration down there.
Yeah. Oh.
Whoa, geez, that was the loudest shot I've ever seen in my life.
Sorry, I meant to. Where the hell is my pistol?
It's probably in the pistol section.
I haven't played this in a while.
There it is. Here's your sock'em.
Well, who heard me?
That person.
All right, let's...
Because you, like, pull out, like, a random machine gun and start reloading on this camera.
Well, okay, let's just Let's come again.
Okay, I'm already there. Should I do it a third time?
I'm tantric coming.
What does that even mean?
I don't stop.
Okay,
you know, like tantric intercourse, where it's like you're like able to do intercourse for hours. Well, of course you.
Well, yeah, I know
for you,
about
it's
that.
like 5 seconds, but
no, I know about
for
that.
like real men.
Yeah, right.
It's like 3 hours or something.
Well, yeah.
Well, anyway, so it's like that, except instead of being able to hold it, you're just constantly shooting out like a hose.
Did you know, actually, I think that, isn't that a condition?
What, you just always like...
Yeah, isn't that someone's condition? Like, I think I remember reading about that.
Is it yours? Oh,
No,
I think I've heard about like a condition that heroes, it's a mark of heroes.
Yeah, right, yeah.
They have it.
Good people.
Yeah. I think I like the idea where it's just like, and then like... aren't there like also people like getting like kicked in the nuts by like really ugly like men?
Yeah, right. Yeah, hey, what are you doing later today? You specifically.
Well, I wouldn't fit the bill.
Right.
I'm a woman.
Got it. Sorry, I didn't want to judge there.
Can we get through here?
I don't know, can you?
I don't know, if we were like a contortionist, we could.
Maybe if you were like Tetra coming, then you could.
Tantric.
Oh, I thought it was like Tetra.
Tetra
coming.
is like doing it like 30. Wait,
where did this guy come from? I thought there was no guards here. I thought Snake literally told Otacon, like, hey, Otacon, there's no guards in this place.
That's why I wasn't being careful. That's why I was playing like an idiot, because he said there's no one here, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I guess there are a lot of people here. Hey, I have a question.
I think I have some answers for you.
What are your thoughts on today's day and age on stuff like Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, whatever, where there's like some stupid censorship requirements? So people will go online and they'll type in things like, let's say they're typing in like F-U-C-K, but they have to do like F asterisk asterisk asterisk, or like but. So they'll be like B-U asterisk asterisk, instead of just like typing out the word.
Yeah, do they have to know how to say asterisk, or is that just like...
No, that's not part of the requirement.
Okay, good.
But, so I'm just saying, like, where we have to, like, censor words nowadays.
Who the hell is this guy? The guy who came in last time?
I don't know. Maybe he hasn't come around yet.
So to answer your question, I find it dumb. I think if you're going to be a dick, just be a dick. But then other people should respond and make fun of you for it.
And this also applies to other things, too. Like, when people talk about RAPE online,
Can I get that to shut?
and they have to use the word, like, grape.
Do you just want to talk about...
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, why can't we just say the word? Like, are we in a society that is, like, censoring words now? Like, we can't just say the word? Like, it doesn't really matter.
Why can't I just say the word is a question I've been asked.
Okay, I know, right?
Long time.
Snake, it's me.
What's wrong? Did you find a good place to hide?
Yeah, thanks to the stealth gear. It looks like they've finished getting Metal Gear ready.
How do you know that?
I overheard them talk.
We already talked about this.
Where are you?
Yeah.
I guess it was a required call.
Well, and I guess for me, it starts getting ridiculous when we start, like, making up other things to call words. Like, the most ridiculous thing I ever saw was, instead of RAPE, someone used the term struggle snuggle. And I was like, what are we doing here? Like,
Also, now you've just made it funny.
I know, it's like, what, why? Like, I don't know, you're just, to me, it's, oh, geez, crouch.
Somebody there?
To me, you're just kind of giving these words power when they shouldn't be having power. Because now you're just like, oh, we can't say that word, oh no.
Right.
And it's like, it's just a word.
Somebody heard that. So I'm waiting to see where they come from.
And where they go.
Snake, it's me again.
How's it going?
Not bad. I just got past his 3rd security level. He was a pretty careful guy.
Do you think you'll break in soon?
I've never met a system I couldn't bust into.
Oh, jeez.
Keep
Wow.
trying.
I've never met a person I couldn't bust into. I think a lot of this has less to do with even how soft society is, which is a thing. Now, that said, I mean, what
do
people
going on?
need?
Snake, I did it.
You got past security?
Bingo.
Great. So what do you got?
I accessed the confidential Metal Gear file.
So what about the PAL override system that Baker talked about?
Haven't found it yet.
That's what I need to know.
But Snake, I found something else.
What?
The secret behind the new nuclear weapon. Just as I thought, the nuclear warhead is designed to be fired from the railgun like a projectile. It doesn't use fuel, so it isn't considered a missile. That way it can get around all sorts of international treaties.
Pretty sneaky.
Yes, but effective. And that's not even the scariest thing about this weapon.
I can't wait to hear this.
It's a stealth weapon.
You mean it won't show up on radar?
Yeah. The truth is, they've been working on a stealth missile since the late 70s.
Why weren't they able to develop one up until now?
Because of the missile's rocket propulsion system. It would be picked up by enemy satellites.
Because of that?
But unlike a missile, the railgun doesn't burn any propellant, so it can't be detected by any current ballistic missile detection systems.
An invisible nuclear warhead.
Totally impossible to intercept. And on top of that, it's got a surface-piercing warhead designed to penetrate hardened underground bases.
We learned that lesson in the Gulf War.
This thing could mean the end of the world.
It's the ultimate weapon. And from a political point of view, it avoids the problem of nuclear reduction and nuclear inspections. Colonel, is this true? Are you listening?
I'm listening.
It would push back the signing of the START 3 treaty. If word gets out about this weapon, it'd cause a whole world of trouble.
Yeah, it would be nasty. The United States would be denounced by the UN. It could even bring the president down.
Did you know this, Colonel?
I'm sorry.
You've changed, Colonel.
I won't make any excuses.
Snake, listen to me. This new nuclear weapon, it's never actually been tested. Only simulated.
You mean with VR experiments?
Yeah, that's why they were conducting this exercise. They needed to get actual experimental data to back up the simulation.
What were the results of the exercise?
It looks like it went better than they hoped for, but I can't find the data anywhere on this network. You'd think the data as important as that would be carefully recorded.
It was. President Baker gave me an optical disc with all of the test data.
What? Do you still have it?
No. Ocelot took it from me. Damn.
The terrorists have replaced the dummy warhead with a real warhead. Once they input the detonation codes, they should be ready to launch.
So, you think they can do it?
Well, the dummy warhead was designed to be identical to the real thing, so I think so.
Did you find out how to override it yet?
Not yet. It must be in a separate file. Right now I'm looking through all of Baker's personal files.
We're counting on you.
How personal are they?
Yeah, don't look through his homework file.
Yeah, how personal are these?
Also, I like the idea that like they show up with a nuclear missile, and all these international countries are like, "Hey, wait a minute, that's a nuke." And they're like, "No, this doesn't use fuel." Oh, okay, all right.
Well, I guess
that's okay
it's
then.
not a nuke then. It's something else. You're fine.
Yeah, carry on.
Snake, Leah DeRocher said, when
So she's asking if we finish last because we're nice. This is a tantric sex question.
Got it.
You know, like nice guys finish last?
Yeah, I finished first.
I actually am going to start my new P-Hub channel, and it's going to be called that. And basically, it's going to be because I'm such a nice guy that I can give women like 5 OG. What's a word I can make up because you were like angry about people making up words? I can't say orgasms. Oh wait, I said it.
The trembles.
The trembles. That just sounds like Parkinson's. So good, I gave her the trembles. Cut to her in the doctor's office. Ma'am, you have Parkinson's. But the sex was great.
When the sex is so great, you develop Parkinson's. That happens to me pretty frequently, actually.
You give her a stroke.
Snake.
Did you find it?
No, I haven't found out about the override system yet, but I found Baker's ulterior motive.
He's just looking to get rich, isn't he?
That's part of it. Arms Tech is in much worse financial trouble than I thought.
I know they lost their bid to make the next generation fighter jet. That, plus the reduction in SDI spending.
It looks like there was even some talk of a hostile takeover.
Everything was riding on this project, I guess.
And it looks like they were paying a lot of bribe money to the DARPA chief.
Bribe money, huh?
Yeah, and Baker was a big proponent of the nuclear deterrent theory.
I see. So anyway, what about the override?
Just give me a little bit longer.
Yeah,
It'll be
like
3 steps.
Yeah, like 5 steps. I feel like I should wait to move for just a second.
Well, the person on your left, yeah.
What do you mean? They're dead.
No, they're sleeping.
Well, should I just execute them?
I mean, yeah, I would. Because won't they wake up eventually?
Well,
Whoa, jeez.
I love the sex was so good.
he's developed some Parkinson's quick.
I love giving people. I guess I gave him head. I was gonna say to your answer, I was looking into this, and I used to think that it was just because everyone was kind of a pussy now. Your like censorship thing. However, I have 2 things to say. First off, to avoid being a hypocrite, I think that there are levels to this. Like, if you just say words, it's one thing. If you are purposely being an asshole, like, pretty consistently, I don't really have the patience for it. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's context to everything. And for me, I've noticed that, like, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a free speech absolutist in the sense of, like, that I myself am going to be like, yeah, this guy's an asshole, let's celebrate it. I think that, like, if you are a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber or whatever, and someone is just constantly being a cunt, I think you have every right to, like, mute or block that person. Same way if someone's, like, harassing you online. Like, but where I think it becomes a problem is when it goes beyond, like, I have no interest in interacting with this person, they're like, they're just a dick. And it goes to, now all of their accounts should be banned, like, they shouldn't have a voice at all, like, they shouldn't be able to go, they should have a social credit score or something like that, you know what I mean? Those are where, like, these things become a problem to me. And I think a lot of them on these sites go beyond, I'm going to personally remove you from my feed, which I think is fine, and they go to, the whole system is not going to let you talk at all. And I think a lot of it comes down to advertisers who are these, like, 50 to 60-year-old men who are like really sensitive. That was the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Okay, I've entered the PAL codes and disengaged the safety device. We can launch anytime.
There's still no response from Washington. It looks like we'll have to show them that we mean business.
Should I set it for Cherniton, Russia?
No. There's been a change. The new target is Lopnor, China.
Why, boss? Liquid.
I'm sure neither you nor Mr. Galukovich would really like to see a nuclear bomb dropped on your motherland, right?
But why? There's nothing there.
Wrong. It's a nuclear test site.
A nuclear test site.
If we nuke a major population center, the game's over. But a nuclear explosion at a test site can still be concealed from the public. Meanwhile, Washington will be worried about the retaliatory strike from China.
That'll probably mean top-secret talks between both countries' leaders.
Of course. And in the process, the president will be forced to divulge the existence of a new and highly destabilizing nuclear weapon to the Chinese. What do you think that will do to the US's reputation? Or the president's?
And with the CTBT, that means that China and India... I see.
Yes. When the other countries hear about the new weapon, they'll all want to contact us. Washington won't be very happy when we start selling their own system to the highest bidders. Yes, the president will break. He will give in to our demands.
Big Boss's DNA and $1 billion.
$1 billion. All for money.
That money will be used to cure our genome soldiers as well. I'm also including the Fox-Die vaccine in our demands.
Fox-Die? It killed Octopus and the Arms Tech president, so it's true that it affects older people first. Mantis might not have been affected because he wore a mask.
Wolf wasn't infected either, perhaps due to those tranquilizers she always took.
Something to do with amphetamine and adrenaline levels in the blood. They deployed a product still in development into live combat. No surprise it was unreliable. They must have been desperate.
Did you see his arm?
Yeah.
Have you heard from your friend Colonel Sergei Galukovich at Spetsnaz yet?
He still has doubts about the ability of Metal Gear. He said we can talk after Metal Gear's test launch is successful.
He's a very prudent man.
There's nothing to worry about. The Colonel wants Metal Gear and a new nuclear weapon so bad he can taste it. If Russia wants to regain its position as a military superpower, they need to reinforce their nuclear arsenal. They need a nuclear weapon that can't be intercepted. Metal Gear will allow them to gain first strike capability over the rest of the world.
Their regular army is in shambles, and they think they can restore their country's military power with nuclear weapons? That Galukovich, he's no warrior. He's a politician.
Maybe so, but he's the one who gave us the Hind and most of our other heavy firepower.
He's got over 1,000 soldiers under his command. If we joined forces, we could put up quite a resistance here. Since Mantis died, the genome soldiers' brainwashing has started to wear off. I'm worried about the men's morale. An alliance with the Russians would boost that as well.
What are you saying?
We're not going anywhere. We're going to dig in here. It's going to be a long war.
We could still escape.
We have the new nuclear power, and we're going to ally with Galukovich's forces.
Are you going to fight the whole world?
And what's wrong with that? Fighting the whole world? From here, we can launch a nuclear warhead at any target on this planet. A nuclear warhead invisible to radar and totally immune to interception. And on top of that, this base is full of spare nuclear warheads.
What about food?
They're gonna get it from
Once we
Garuga
get the
Mesh.
DNA and the money, the world will be ours.
But boss, what about your promise to Colonel Gulukovich?
I have no interest in the revival of Mother Russia.
You're not thinking of reviving Big Boss's dream.
From today, you can call this place Outer Heaven.
Big Boss's dream.
Boss, you're not worried about the PAL being overridden? If the code is entered again, it'll be deactivated.
No need to worry. The DARPA chief and
So
the
he's just
arms
on the
tech president
camera?
are both
Yeah, because he's not
dead.
secretive at all.
Does Snake know how the override system works?
You interrogated him, don't you know?
He didn't have any keys on him.
Good. Then no one can stop Metal Gear now.
By the way,
Like, what?
What's
You
he
can
gonna
see
do
his
with that
arm.
woman?
This is the dumbest thing ever.
want me to kill her?
Let her live. She's Campbell's niece, and Snake cares for her. We'll keep her as our ace in the hole.
Meryl, she's alive.
I wouldn't be talking out loud.
Yeah, like, what's going on?
It's a pretty quiet area.
Snake, I found Baker's top secret files.
Great job.
How's it going there?
They finished inputting the PAL codes.
I'm talking out loud next to the enemy.
Deactivate them.
Okay, you see, the override system that the president was talking about, it can also be used to input the detonation codes. You see, if you insert the keys when the warhead is active, you deactivate it. And if you insert them when it's inactive, it becomes activated. And you can only use the keys once.
Only once, huh?
You need the keys for input. 3 of them.
But I only have the one. Where are the others?
Hold on a minute. You see, that's the trick. You already have all 3 keys.
What are you talking about?
The card key is made of a shape memory alloy.
Shape memory alloy?
Yes, it's a material that changes shape at different temperatures. The key is made out of it.
This card key?
Yeah. The card key changes shape at different temperatures.
So this key is actually 3 keys in one. Clever.
Can you see the input terminals in the center of the control room?
I see them.
Those 3 laptop terminals are for the emergency input. There should be a symbol on each screen. Each symbol corresponds to a different key. You input the keys in order from left to right. The left one's for the room temperature key. See the symbol? Next to that goes the low temperature key. The one on the right is the high temperature key.
Okay, I got it. First I change the shape of the card, and then I input them in order, right?
That's right. All you do is insert the card keys. After you insert the key into the module, a hard disk reads the information contained on it. Once you've finished with all 3 terminals, the code input process is complete. But here's the thing. You can only use the key 3 times. It's an emergency system, and it's only meant to be used once.
The world is riding on that key, Snake.
Campbell, if I do this right, your niece will be riding on me.
Who's that?
The key fell in the drainage ditch.
Snake! This is bulletproof glass. There's no way in. I'll enjoy watching you die.
Snake, you've got to get that key.
Wait, did you see the railgun appear?
Yeah.
All I was gonna say before the 3-hour cutscene... Oh, wait.
I think we are gonna get attacked.
I thought so. All I was gonna say is that I think a lot of it is basically from advertisers who are afraid to lose any money. And so they're, like, basically appealing to the most sensitive of our society. You know what I'm saying? Like, your question on censorship?
Well, I understand, I understand it's mainly the companies.
Right, and I think they're the problem, because if they would stop bending to these people, it wouldn't matter. Like, and there are a lot of examples of people not bending to people. Like, I'm getting a phone call now, of course, in real life. But if you look at other websites other than YouTube, there's a bunch that are way less censorship-y.
Yeah,
you know?
Right.
So, I don't know. I guess my point was I think that these companies are the problem, and I also think that the people are the problem, too. But if the companies would just stop bending to the people, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
What does Master say about this, by the way?
You lost the card key? Hurry up and find it. They've already entered the detonation code. The only way to stop that launch is to lock the system by re-inputting the detonation codes. If you use the mine detector, you should be able to find the key, even if it fell into the drainage ditch. Whatever you do, find that key.
I understand that like 90% of it is just people not wanting to get kicked off YouTube because they understand YouTube will be like, hey, you said the R word, R-A-P-E, you're done. You know, so they just don't want to deal with it.
Right.
But there are a lot of people, like, even in real life that...
Where's the mine detector? Did we never get
I think it's the NVG, isn't it? Or the...
No, that's night vision goggles.
The Therm-G.
Thermal goggles.
That detects mines.
Where the hell is the mine detector? Did we never get it? How did we miss so many things in this playthrough?
I don't know.
Doesn't it feel like we missed a lot?
Yeah.
Of random items? How did we miss this? It feels like this has happened 2 or 3 times.
I know.
And you played through this game not that long ago. You didn't remember where any of this was either?
No.
You're a failure.
Okay.
I just want you to know that.
You also played through this game.
Well, hold on. Let's not point fingers here.
Right.
Yeah, well, what was your point?
Well, okay, so I was just going to say, a lot of people just, like, self-censor things, too. Like, for example, I was working with this girl. This was pre-COVID, back in, like, 2018 or something.
Uh-huh.
And we had some downtime at work, so she was doing this, like, quiz thing on her computer or something. That was actually kind of fun. But there's like all these different quizzes that you do, like name as many capitals in under 5 minutes or something as you can, or whatever. So we were just like going through some of these, and one of them was presidents, like name presidents, and you have like a time limit of 5 minutes or something.
Okay.
So we were both just kind of like rapid fire, whipping these out. And I was also whipping out, my peen. But also, we got up to the more modern ones, and she typed in, like, Obama...
Are you wanting me to go get the mine detector that we missed?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
She was typing in, like, Clinton, Bush, Obama, and then she just, like, stopped, and I'm like, Trump? And she's like, I'm not typing his name in. I was like, why?
Did you say that?
Yeah, I was like, why? It's just, like, this quiz. You just write his name in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is, like, saying his name, like, gonna...
I guess that never despawns.
I'm like, is saying his name gonna, like, summon him to, like, your house or something? Like, what is the problem here? Why are you, like, self-censoring just the name Trump on, like, this random stupid quiz that you're doing online? What is the point?
Yeah, do they think that all of a sudden he's just not gonna have been president?
I don't know. It's like, why? But, like, so many people are like this. They're just like, I can't say that, or I'm not even gonna say the word. I'm like, what are we... And I see this all the time with, like, the word... I'm gonna censor because of YouTube. Yahtzee.
Yeah.
Like, people are afraid to say the word Yahtzee nowadays, and I'm like... This is just gonna, like... All you're doing is basically just giving power to these words. Like, what's the problem with just saying it? Like, what is the issue here?
I don't know.
I even find it dumb that on YouTube we have to censor the word Yahtzee. Like, I have to say Yahtzee. Like, it's dumb.
I know. It's like this a lot, and
it's like, it's not a big deal. Like, let's say, it's not like you're calling someone a slur or something. Like, it's not a big deal.
One thing I hate too is that this, you would think it's just one side that does it, but it's not.
Yeah.
You know, because, like, for example, I've noticed that...
Well, how do you see you? He wasn't even peering over the edge.
I don't know. You know how you would think that, like, more conservative people would be more, like, against sexual content?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they are. But then there's also, like, the left is against it, too.
Yeah.
You know, where, like, now you have things like the left and more atheistic people, and they're the ones who are basically pushing games like Stellar Blade and things like that to not exist.
Right.
You know, in the name of feminism. And I feel like a lot of these things, it's like they've changed so much. You know what I mean? Like, it's hit this point where people are like, they're all censoring. It's just they're censoring different things.
Yeah. I guess I just don't know why we're, as a society, why we're at a point where we're just, like, afraid of things. Like, we're afraid of words. We're afraid of, you know, like, sexuality. We're afraid of just, like, whatever.
I don't know.
Like, why are we afraid of this?
We're always bending to, like, the most sensitive of people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. It's never like some simple, like, and it's also never things that should be censored either.
Well, what should be? I cannot believe I fell in that again.
Let's do it.
I want to go eat.
Idiot.
Okay, let's take a break.